Non-traditional students. We've all had them in class a time or two. They're sitting on the front row. They come to class all prepared, raising their hand because they know every question. Yeah, and then they really mess up the curve. And then you're trying to get out of class on a Friday, and they're sitting up there raising their hand asking all these non-essential questions, and you just want to get out of there. I mean, like, what's their deal? I'm just kidding. 15 years ago, when I was in college the first time around, I never thought I would be a non-traditional student, yet here I am today. So we're going to look at who exactly are these non-traditional students and why is education so important to them. The National Center for Education Statistics has identified 7 characteristics that are common to non-traditional students. So, to be part of this elite group of non-traditional students, you must not immediately continue your education after graduating from high school, or only attend college part-time, or maybe you work full-time, 35 hours or more a week. You may be financially independent or have children or other dependents other than your spouse. You may be a single parent or have a GED and not a high school diploma. 75% of all undergraduate students meet one of these criteria and therefore are categorized as non-traditional. The NCES also reports that of the 17.6 million people enrolled in college in the fall of 2011, only 15% of those were attending a 4-year college and living on campus. 37% were enrolled part-time, 32% worked full-time, 43% were attending a 2-year college, and more than a third were over 25. More than a quarter were over 30. They predict by the year 2019 that the percentage of those over 25 will increase by 20%. So it's obvious to see that the non-traditional student has now become the majority of students on college campuses. And there's benefits and disadvantages to being a non-traditional student. I've compared my college time as a traditional and a non-traditional student and came up with a list of what I thought benefits and disadvantages are. So, benefits of being non-traditional. Well, you have more life experience. You're better able to handle stress. You are better at time management. Your life experience has also shown you your priorities. You also want to learn when you're in college the second time around. When I was in college the first time, it was more about just getting through it so I could get to being a grown-up. And now I actually want to learn what my professors are teaching me. You're also more mature, and that life experience has added a lot to that. Some of the disadvantages. Well, going back to school can be an economic hardship, especially if a person has to quit their job to go back to school. It's also hard for people that are non-traditional that have a family or work because they have more than one thing pulling on them. I myself wear multiple hats: wife, mother, student, I have a job. All those things pull on my time. Plus, non-traditional students, if there's a big gap between high school and college, or the first time at college and second, they can lose some of their study skills as well as some of their technology skills. So a 2003 NCES report indicated that at least 56% of students over the age of 24 saw themselves as workers first and students second. 26% saw themselves as students who work, and only 18% didn't work while they were in school. This report also indicates that those students who considered themselves employees first were more likely to be married. So they had 3 things pulling on them: work, spouse, and school. And unfortunately, this group was less likely to graduate with a degree within 6 years. So now that we've seen who these non-traditional students are, let's see why it's important for them to get a college degree. So we all know the benefits of college degrees: higher income, more job stability, more career advancement. The Pew Research Center says that high school graduates only earn 62% of that of which college graduates earn. And the Huffington Post says that the unemployment rate for college graduates is half that of the unemployment for those who just have a high school degree. People with college degrees are more fulfilled. According to a study by an independent research firm, TNS NFO, for Capella University, 81% of Americans reported that they gained a personal sense of accomplishment because of being a college graduate. 75% of the respondents stated that having a degree had a positive impact on their lives. College graduates are better role models, especially for non-traditional students. I am so excited to get that cap and gown because I want my children to see what it's like to work hard for something and accomplish a goal. I want them to understand how important education is. And another study by research at the University of Leicester and the University of Leeds found that parents with a higher level of education are more confident and exert more effort in guiding their children through their own education. I never thought I would be a non-traditional student when I first started out in college, but I am so thankful for the opportunities I have today. I hope that you've seen that non-traditional students are the majority, and I hope that if you are a non-traditional student, or maybe you're a traditional student with lots of us in your class, that you recognize how important an education is for all of us. Good luck getting that college degree.